Okay, so all those videos that I just said doesn't mean that I feel like crap. No, I actually feel amazingly pumped and super excited about starting a new year. So these are the things that I'm gonna work on in my personal life, okay? I don't wanna call them resolutions because I don't know, I don't like to use this word, but several things that I'm gonna focus on. One thing is that I wanna be happier with my personal life, right? I mean, I have my wife and we have this great relationship. We love each other. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about my, my personal development myself. So I just want to be happy. I've been watching some videos, people that I really I don't know if call them my mentors, but like Gary Vaynerchuk is one of them on all things entrepreneurship. And this other guy, Jocko Willink, amazing guy for all things like ownership and discipline. And one day I read a quote by this Jocko Willink where he says something like, discipline is a path to freedom. And that kind of made me think, shit, this is it, like stop waiting for the motivation factor. Just try to regain that discipline thing. The more disciplined you are, the more free you are. Why? Because the more disciplined you are, the earlier you get up. The more time you have to do other things, and the more accomplished you feel. And that sense of accomplishment and will translate into feeling really free because you have time to do other things. You feel more productive, and that will lead into just being happier. The focus is going to be to regain that discipline. So several things I'm going to do. One, discipline in general, okay, it's like creating my own ritual, which is going to be need to get up by 5 in the morning, then 10 push-ups, do 10 push-ups, right, to kind of wake up. And then I'm just going to make my bed, and then after that, depending on the day, I'm going to go and get my first training workout done by 8 in the morning. And once I take a shower, then at the very end, like the last 10-30 seconds, I'm going to take a cold shower, which I've been doing. It's amazing, just super wakes you up. It's just awesome. So again, the goal here to kind of regain the discipline is to like create my own ritual, my own thing that I repeat day after day. It doesn't matter if I'm, again, motivated or not. Day after day, get up at 5. In the nutrition aspect, I'm just gonna stop focusing on trying to figure out shortcuts or like, okay, I'm gonna try this 30-day paleo thing, 20-day juice cleaning detox thing. No, I'm just gonna get back to the basics and what used to work well for me, which is 1, focus on eating like a real whole foods. Okay. 2, for me, cooking is kind of a challenge, especially during the week, because I like to spend that time, doing that. I prefer to spend that time working. So I'm going to come up with a menu and I'm going to do some meal prep. I'm going to establish a goal for the number of calories that I need to eat during the day, because my goal is going to be, again, rather than focusing on shortcuts and losing 4 pounds a week, my goal is going to be, I'm going to try to lose, I'm going to work on losing 1 pound a week. And that's going to be, achieved through not only eating the right foods and the right amount of calories, but also logging those calories and keeping track of that. So every week, I'm going to lose 1 pound. That's the goal. Okay, the goal with Dig Deep next year is, one of the biggest learnings that I had during this year was that, just you guys, people, my followers, I think content, right? I think that the daily quote has been, pretty well received, and we're building on that. And I love to hear your feedback and your comments from you guys saying that the quotes help you during your day, that you needed to read that during the day. So building on that, 2018 is going to be focused on putting out tons of content that I like to think of it in 2 ways. One is like this kind of inspirational, motivational thing. So I'm going to keep doing the daily quote. I'm going to keep sending my weekly newsletter with a curation of all kinds of inspirational, motivational stuff. But also I'm going to start a new series that I call the Dig Deep Conversations, where I'm going to interview, people with different backgrounds, not only professional athletes, but like normal people, entrepreneurs, just people who I really admire, and that I personally believe that they really know how to dig deep, not only racing training, but in life in general. So that's going to be one series of interviews. Probably start with video and then maybe convert it into podcast. We'll see. That's one. Two, I haven't finalized the name, but it's probably going to be called the Dig Deep Challenge. It's like once a month we all are going to commit to do a little challenge, something that we've always wanted to do, but we haven't done yet because we're fear of failure or not finishing or things like that. So I don't know, whether it is to run your fastest mile, or to do a gnarly climb when you're training on your bike, or to, I don't know, do your fastest 25 yard while you're swimming, or I don't know, like something crazy, we're gonna do it. Okay, the Dig Deep Challenge. So that's in the bucket of everything emotional, inspirational, motivational, but also I'm gonna put out content that I like to call more logic, more like useful, relevant, and it's stuff, for instance, hopefully you guys will find relevant. Like one is something that I call a tip of the week. So every week we're gonna put out super short video. We're gonna share content that hopefully you guys will find useful. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Like on all things bike related, how to take care of your bike, how to change a flat, things like that. I'm gonna partner with a group of friends, bike shop, and they're gonna be the ones that are gonna lead those conversations or those videos. The same thing with running, the same thing with triathlon, the same thing with nutrition, hopefully. So again, content that will be condensed in short videos and hopefully you guys will find useful. Like for instance, how to pick the right running shoe, or how to conveniently or effectively layer up when you go out for that run or ride, right? The last one is something that I haven't finalized. I don't know the name yet, but it's something like the Ask Dig Deep show, or the Dig Deep podcast, ask your questions kind of thing. Basically, my goal here is to get your questions, and 1 week we're gonna pick a theme. Like for instance, let's send all your questions related with how to take care of your bike. So we'll gather all of your questions, and then I'm gonna go sit down with the folks at my local bike shop, Boulder Bicycle Works, for instance, and they will answer all these questions because they're like gurus, masters on all things related with biking. I'm gonna do the same with how to pick the right running shoes, the running gear, hopefully the same with triathlon, things like that. So again, it's this idea of putting out content that you guys will find inspirational, motivational, and also this other type of content that will be useful for you, relevant, right? And of course, I'm gonna keep launching, all kinds of different products, depending on the season. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about 2018. It's gonna be great. Gotta remind myself again, the road to entrepreneurship is hard. Remind myself to be patient. Of course, I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you for watching. Okay, can't feel my ears right now. Gonna go back down and head back home to edit this video. I'm really pumped.